Hey everyone, Guillotine here, and I literally like maybe 5 minutes ago just finished watching the season finale of Fargo. Holy crap. So first off, through this entire season, this show has done many things well, but there's one thing they've done very well, and that's in so many scenes and so many instances, they take the situation and they make it so suspenseful to where you're sitting there, it's like, oh God, is something going to happen here? No, is something going to happen here? And you just sit there and you're just waiting on the edge of your seat, and then nothing happens. And they do it so many times, and then something does, eventually happen. Someone dies or information is found out or something. Something eventually happens, but they do that so many times, and it's not even annoying. Like normally, I would find that annoying after a while, but this show did that really well. And they did it a lot in the finale too. Just like every now and then, just like you're just waiting. You're just waiting for the axe to fall, for something to happen, and eventually stuff does happen. It didn't end like I thought it was going to end though. I was talking with a friend, and based on the original movie, the very end was them arresting William H. Macy, and he was in the hotel room, and he's screaming his head off, and they're basically just like pulling him away. He's like, no, 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 oh God, no, in his underwear. And it's just really embarrassing, basically being taken without any dignity. Well, a friend of mine, we were talking, and she actually really wanted that to be how it ended for Lester. That they find Lester on the run, and they have to like pull him out, and he's screaming his head off. And, oh God, no, no, please, no, 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 all that stuff. But that's not how it happened. The progression of Lester's character was really good. Because he started very low. He's this very weak-willed character, and then just as the show got on, he got more confidence. He got away with just about everything he did up until the very end. And by the end, he was like, "I'm Lester motherfucking Nygaard. You can't touch me." And he, even when Lorne Malvo goes after him, he has one bullet and he fires it off and he hit him. Whereas, Lorne Malvo shot like 3 times, missed him, and he just somehow he took down what he shot Lorne Malvo, and Lorne Malvo left. So, now he's Lester Nygaard. He just scared off the terrible Lorne Malvo. And then Gus, and then Gus and Molly. I was actually kind of interested in how it was going to end for them. Again, didn't end like I was expecting it to. That's what this show does. Like you could not predict this show. Period. Like throughout the entire season, Molly has just been pushing and pushing and pushing this case, and I was honestly expecting her to finally get her validation, but to somehow take consequence in it. Like if you saw True Grit, the little girl throughout the entire story, she's constantly pushing, saying she doesn't need help, she can do it on her own, she is going to do this for her father, blah 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 blah, and eventually she does. But in the event of her pushing, she's bitten by a snake, she loses her arm, and she grows up to be a spinster, and she reached her goal, but there were consequences. So I was honestly expecting that to happen for Molly. Like maybe she died, or she was pregnant, so maybe she lost the baby. Maybe Gus would die. Maybe her dad would die. Maybe her new stepdaughter would die. I don't know. I was expecting something terrible to happen for Molly. And then for Gus was driving, and out of some dumb luck, just happened upon Lorne Malvo's cabin. And like the beginning of the episode, he just stumbled upon it. Like he looked over and was like, "Oh look, Lorne Malvo's cabin." And there was something that Lorne Malvo said to him when he first arrested him, after he'd already let him go for the speeding ticket or whatever. He tried to right his wrong. And he again stumbled onto Lorne Malvo and arrested him. And Lorne Malvo got off pretending to be someone else. And Gus, confronted him before he left the police station. And Malvo said, "Do you know why humans see so many different shades of green?" And it was a riddle, because that's what this entire show is, a riddle. And the eventual answer was predators, because humans evolved running from predators. So, with the green, being able to see different shades of green, they could see in the tall grass, if something was off or something like that. Um, so, so after Lester shoots Malvo, he goes back to his cabin, and Gus is there waiting for him. And Malvo's just sitting there, and Gus is like, "I solved your riddle." He's like, "Oh yeah," and then he just shoots him like 5 times in the chest and head. Lord Malvo is dead. Molly's called in, and they brought something up that I completely overlooked throughout the entire season. Lorne Malvo recorded his phone calls. Very Nixon-like. And I just didn't even think of that. And at the end, when, they're doing the police are going over the cabin, they find his box of tapes with phone calls. And one of it is from Lester Nygaard that proves everything that Molly had suspected, that Molly was right the entire time. And she just looks just overwhelmed and crying with, I don't know if it was joy or what, but she's just, she's finally been completely validated, because throughout the entire season everyone's telling her, no, you're wrong, no, you're looking too much into this, blah 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 blah, and finally she gets her validation. And then the very end for Lester, again, even though he's now on the run because they have the proof that he killed his wife, that he was involved with Malvo, he's on the run, and he's on a snowmobile chase from these cops. And they did actually a really nice shot from above of the chase, and Lester was wearing this red jacket, and it really stood out amongst the the white snow and the black and everything. But eventually, the snowmobile too was like, oh no, he's gonna get caught. Gets up and keeps running, and eventually the police stop. They stop chasing him. They're yelling out something to him, and he just keeps running. They're yelling, no, stop, it's too dangerous. And he just keeps going, and you can tell that he's like, haha, I'm gonna get away. I'm free. And then he realizes he's walking on like a frozen lake, and it starts cracking, and he just stands there, and it's not even fear, it's just, I don't even think I could explain the way his face looked, and he just drops, like literally the ground just gave way beneath his feet, and I thought that was so symbolic of it, of Lester, getting this confidence more and more and more, and then just done. The final scene is showing Molly and Gus and their daughter, and they're sitting there watching TV, and Molly just got the phone call about Lester, dying in the ice or whatever, and she's just like, okay, let me know what happens. And then she goes about her thing, and this is something that I was kind of confused of. I'm probably going to think about it a lot more. The way she said it and the way she was acting just felt kind of empty. Like, I don't know, is she upset that she didn't take down Malvo and Lester? Because, her husband took down Malvo, Lester's done, she's now the police chief, but she just seems empty. But I don't know if it was because she is empty or it's because she was over it, that she got her validation. She is now the police chief, she was right all along, she has her happy family, she's where she needs and wants to be. So I don't know if it was because she's just completely content and over the entire thing and moving on with her life, or if she just felt like taking down Malvo and Lester had been robbed from her. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'd love to talk about this show a little bit more. It was a great show. Like I said, it was very Breaking Bad, like Breaking Bad with snow. So check it out. If you want to watch the movie first, you can. They had a DLR plates in the finale, which if you saw the movie, you know what that's from. If not, don't worry about it. But I thought that was a nice little touch. But yeah, definitely a good finale. So I'm going to go on and do my stuff, and I hope to talk to y'all later. Later, losers.